Speaking of legitimate questions, so there's Mark Zuckerberg, who the
Yeah.
multi-billionaire from Facebook, founded Facebook, and I know that he and Chris Christie, the New Jersey governor, have worked on some issues before. But now we find out that Mark Zuckerberg is going to host a fundraiser for Chris Christie. I can't imagine that the Democratic Governors Association is very happy about that. How is all of this playing in social media?
Well, this is an interesting. We talked a while ago about Sunlight Foundation's Polytwoops website, where they where they note what tweets have been deleted by politicians. Unfortunately, they're not tracking the Democratic Governors Association, but they should, because in response to the announcement that Zuckerberg was going to be hosting a fundraiser for Christie next month, the Democratic Governors Association launched a petition on their own website to petition Zuckerberg not to have the event. And then they tweeted it out and posted an image on Facebook with a thumbs down image, the reversal of the the like button icon that Facebook uses. Very quickly, I went to go check this out, and the Facebook post was gone. The link that was in the tweet that went to the petition went to a disabled page. There was nothing there. And then I noted on Twitter yesterday that the only evidence that was left was the tweet that went to the page. And then I went this morning to verify, and indeed, they've taken the tweet down. So there is the entire evidence that there was ever a Democratic Governors Association petition to ask Mark Zuckerberg to cancel his fundraiser for Mark Christie. All evidence except for my retweets and my references to it, and maybe a couple others, are gone.
And
So
so who's behind that? Did the Democratic Governors Association get embarrassed, or was there somebody at Facebook or who's messing around with this?
no, it clearly had to be something on the behalf of the Democratic Governors Association, because they took the petition down off their own site. So the decision, whether I can't imagine that there was, maybe Facebook weighed in, but I doubt that. For certainly, Facebook could have no influence over whether or not they deleted the tweet. The tweet was deleted since yesterday, since this whole thing broke out. So I think something just happened that pushed them to say, well, maybe we shouldn't do this.
Well, my theory on this is that the Democratic Governors Association probably heard from Mark Zuckerberg or his representatives and said, look, this is just a one-off. I'm simply helping Chris Christie in this one instance, and yes, I'm going to support him in his New Jersey governor's race, but I will support Democratic governors in other instances if you guys leave me alone. And the Democratic Governors Association decided to pull back. The unfortunate thing with social media is that when you do pull back and you try to eliminate things, there are people out there like yourselves who will say, no, wait a second, you can't just, you can delete it, but we already know that this existed.
Yeah, this is a real challenge, and I think you're absolutely right. When you have somebody with the kind of money that Mark Zuckerberg has, with the potential to influence many different governor races, the idea that he would come to the rescue of the one Republican governor in the country that's actually championed President Obama before the election, it's hard to really go really hard on him for that. So I suspect that that's probably what's going on under there.